Alright guys, so buckle up. So if you're looking for a drone that's going to be easy to use and also affordable at the same time, and this is the AMETA S20 Lite. So it's a sleek and lightweight design, but the build quality is like it's not bad. I crashed it and it still survives, but it just feels flimsy. So one thing you need to know is the more affordable something is, the higher likely chance that it is not going to have as high durability as something that is typically more expensive. Now that's not the case. Like right in fashion, it's a little bit different, but when it comes to tech, that usually is the case, unfortunately, because of how much bigger companies are able to invest in the hardware and the build of their devices. If you go see Fashion Nova, they have like all these like weird like, bro, that it man, 2000 for all that nonsense. Nah, it's just a little bit different when it comes to tech stuff, which honestly nobody's complaining about that. So one thing about this drone, I don't know if it's a feature or a bug, but when it's flying on initial takeoff, it starts swaying side to side, and I can never tell, is that the wind blowing it or is it just doing that like actively on purpose. And honestly, it looks weird, like it's not supposed to be doing that, so I don't know. Like it would take off and then it would start like swaying side to side, like it's watching me and it's, you know, like it's about to throw hands or something. It has a 4K camera, and honestly the thing that surprises me about drones is that, yeah, the cameras always look really good, and it's not the case with like other branded stuff, like some of the things that are advertised where the quality you can see it diminish and it doesn't always look as advertised. Well, with this one, especially given the fact that it's a much cheaper alternative than to other drones, I was actually pleasantly surprised. It has 18 minutes of flight time. Of course, you have two batteries, so you know you have 36 in total, and you have to cut that, right? Like that's one battery each, so 18 minutes of flight time is, how can I put this? Like, depending on how much you want to be flying it, like everyone is going to be independent and unique. Everyone has their own choices. But 18 is a little on the low end, at least for me. Like, if I want to fly a drone, I want to have fun with it. I don't want to have to be changing the battery within 18 minutes. Also, given the fact that these things, like, once the battery starts to run out, there's so many things you have to worry about: crashing into a tree, it falling into wherever, whatever it's flying over. So I don't know, 18 minutes for me, that's personally not enough. Like again, if you want to be flying it for like a few minutes, or I don't know, if you just want to take it out for a couple of spins, sure, but like a full, I don't know, 18 is at only 165 grams, it really is not going to be a burden when it comes to taking it around. So one of the things I liked about this drone, as someone who's only really flown one other drone besides this one, like it's very easy and user friendly, so it makes it easy for you as a first time user, if you're going to be, where the controls are very simple and it's kind of straightforward, where like I was able to get the hang of it within, you know, just a few minutes of setting it up. Where typically, I'm not going to name the other brand, but you know, the other drone I flew, but I was throwing hands intellectually, like I couldn't figure out what to do, when to do what, and all that kind of stuff. Just having that as a disclaimer, is it being easy to use, it goes a long way, especially for first-time users. And all that stuff is thanks to the remote control, which I think it's very comfortable. On top of that, like comparing to the previous one that I used, this one is very straightforward to use. They're both kind of like similar in the way that you just have to put the phone on there. You know, you use your phone screen as pretty much the reflection of the camera. But once you get using the remote, it's very simple and very straightforward to use. Kind of looks like a PS4 controller in a way, like a modded video game controller. See, the thing about drones is that flying drones really isn't for everybody. It's like skiing or skating. Like, it looks fun, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're just going to crash into something and it's going to ruin your day. Man, I crashed both my drones into a tree, and honestly, like it's not fun. The first one didn't survive. This one, surprisingly, even though I mentioned that, you know, the build quality may not be that good, actually still held up. And you know, it's funny, like I literally crashed the first one into a tree. This one I did the same thing, but just on a different tree. And bro, flying drones is not as easy as people make it seem. This isn't even one of those drones that you need to get to impress anybody. It's just one of those, like, if you just personally love flying drones, then yeah, I'd recommend it. But getting it for any other reason really isn't worth recommending. So the AMETA S20 Lite, in my opinion, it's not perfect, but it's just good enough. At the end of the day, this drone is a decent option for those that are just starting out or those that are just trying to break into the drone world. But if you're looking for something more serious, more durable, and higher quality, you might want to aim a little higher. Literally, and somewhat figuratively. So that's just my opinion. I think it's a really good drone for beginners, but for seasoned drone flyers, I don't know. This might not be it. But then again, let me know what you think. I'm Jadija, and I'm out.